if we're deploying a GRE tunnel of the basic variety, we first want to be thinking, okay, I've got some foundation transportation network that I want to build a tunnel across. So we do have to have connectivity, for instance, between branch and headquarters, be able to ping between the two. Then we're going to form logical interfaces, and a logical subnet, this would have its own subnet. Both IP addresses that you would specify would be in the same subnet, by the way, okay, even though they might be very far apart and connected by a lot of routers. We conceal that. So what do we have to do? Know your IP addresses, know your physical connectivity, configure your tunnel interfaces, specify which mode. This is something I do want you to pay attention to. Specify the tunnel mode. Then, oh, by the way, there's this mantra that I say whenever I'm doing a tunnel, and I want you to say this yourself, okay? Mode, source, and destination. And let's say IP address. Mode, source, and destination. Now, sometimes you don't necessarily specify all of these, but in a just classic tunnel situation, you need those. And then you have to, understand where I might not have both source and destination, okay? So that's kind of the basic building blocks for the configuration. So once we've confirmed that we have connectivity, we can then go and deploy GRE. Let's take a look. This is a logical interface. It does not exist physically on the router chassis. We have our tunnel mode. Remember, mode, source, and destination, and IP address. Mode, source, destination, and IP address, all coming into play here. So the mode, GRE IP. You got to have that. You got to have that. So GRE over IP, make sure those match on both sides. Again, make sure they match on both sides. Then you have your IP addressing. Notice that they're in the same subnet. You could have used a 30-bit mask, by the way, or even a 31. Source and destination, tying to the physical world now. That's how we say what the physical termination points for this tunnel are. Okay? So it's a good config that we might now say, okay, I'm going to build a static route. And that static route is going to have an exit interface of the tunnel 0 interface on my router. Tunnel interfaces are logical interfaces, and they can be troubleshot just like any other interface. They can have, so you could see them in Show IP Interface Brief, tunnel, abbreviated TU, by the way. IP address, up, looking good. You can even look at the other details. Show interface gives us kind of layer 2-ish information. Up, looking good. IP address, source and destination and mode. Remember those. Mode, source, destination, and IP address. And also up, which hopefully you get in a properly configured setup. You do need connectivity, but those are the basic building blocks, and now we can effectively troubleshoot that. So when we deploy a GRE tunnel, what we're getting is a directly connected link between the two routers. So I'm installing a connected route because I'm giving a logical interface, which should be up, an IP address, which tells me how to get to that subnet. This is going to have administrative distance of 0 connected routes, the most powerful routes that you can have inside of your routing table.